Hello, it's foodie time. Hi, y'all. I'm here. It's foodie time. We are connecting, grow, chat. Hello, everybody. And if you come in after the live chat, all you can do is type replay in the comments. So I'll be able to connect with you and say hello and tell you welcome to foodie time. Foodie time. Foodie time. Hey, you guys. I missed yesterday. Yesterday was crazy. Okay. But I'll talk about that in a moment. Meanwhile, let's take care of some business. This is a Connect and Grow channel. If you want to show us your link, all you have to do is type hashtag grow, and Nightbot will show our link to all of the people in the chat. It's a wonderful thing. And I forget to talk about it during the chat, so I'm glad I'm talking about it now. Yesterday, you guys, no, yesterday was bad, okay? Didn't get to do anything because we had tornadoes the night before. And when I want to say tornado the night before, and the tornado went through J-Town, which is where I live, and my father, who's recently deceased, lives. And it didn't hit me, and I was so relieved, right? And I was thinking, we saw it, we ran to the basement, we did all the stuff we were supposed to do. But unfortunately, it hit my father's house. And I got a call that morning at 8 o'clock. Well, it wasn't even 8 o'clock yet. I think it was 7:30. It was early. And it was one of his neighbors saying, a tree fell on your father's house during the tornado. And I thought, oh, lovely. Talk about adding insult to injury. I mean, my father just passed on the 18th of March, okay? It's been a very bad year so far. I'm praying the year gets better. It was a lot of damage, y'all. Damage on the outside, damage on the inside. There's a tree sticking out of the roof of the condo. It is a two-story condo. And it looks like a little house, and then there's another little house connected to it. So both of those houses got hit by this giant tree. This tree was so big, y'all, that the tree is in somebody else's yard across a gravel road from my father's house. That's how big it was. It smashed the air conditioning unit on the outside, which is a giant air conditioning unit. It's almost as big as me. And it looks like somebody took it. You know how you smash a can? That's what it looks like. It's totally like squished. And then the big giant tree is laying across the gravel road in front of the people that can't get off their property anymore. Then across my dad's yard, plus across the next door neighbor's yard, she's the one that called me. It's that big and it's huge. And then it took off the end corner. My father lived on the end. So it took off the end corner of his condo. And then part of the tree is stuck inside the second level. And one of the rooms is totally destroyed from the pictures. I couldn't go up there. One of the guys that lived there over there, they went upstairs and took some video for me and some pictures. I took pictures downstairs. So downstairs is okay. I mean, water, of course, is coming in because it's raining like cats and dogs here for the last couple of days. I was just like, really, I know. You make plans, like they always say, you make plans and God, laughs because you made plans. Well, I was feeling pretty good that I was beginning to get everything, my father's affairs all straightened out, everybody finding who, needs to be paid, all that stuff. So now I got a whole new set of people. I'm just glad. I mean, I'm sad, of course, about my dad passing, but I'm glad he was not in there when that happened because that would have given him a straightaway heart attack. They said other people in the units told me that it was so loud it sounded like something exploded. Isn't that crazy? So, and then there's water down on the first floor in the kitchen, which is all cement tile, but I got to go over there today and check on it again because this is the crazy part. When the tree fell, it took out the power lines. So everybody's out of power. That's the first thing. Then the power lines are laying across the backyard and next to the condo and under the tree. So the electric company here, LG&E, says that they would get out there yesterday by 5 o'clock. They didn't make it because a tornado hit J-Town, and there's so much craziness, stuff that was destroyed and whatnot. You know, I can't remember the last time Louisville had a tornado. And at first, I didn't know it was a tornado till the mayor came on and said, "Oh, by the way, this was a tornado that touched down." I mean, crazy, right? Um, I don't think we've had a tornado for many, many years, so that was just crazy in itself. But the crazy part was, like I said, out of all the things that got hit, my father got hit by a tree. The tornado did not hit the condo. The tornado took the tree and threw it, and it was a giant tree. I mean, there's not much destruction around there other than that tree and the place where the tree came from. So there you go. It's just one of those years, y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. But I wanted to tell y'all, I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday, but we're here today, and it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, thank God it's Friday. I don't know if y'all are celebrating, but I am surely celebrating that it's Friday. Okay. In case y'all wonder, I only work in the morning. Okay? So the rest of the day, I get to do all the thousands of other things that I need to do. And I am a TA, so I do travel agency stuff. But we'll get into that one day. Today, like I said, if you're new to the channel, please type #grow, show us your link so that we can connect with you, because we are a community that supports other creators. We are actually a very good community, very friendly, as you might have noticed from the chat. We also have the raid that comes from the GLT Go Live Together raid comes here. Yay, because Eddie, Jeremy, and Cheryl are my friends. And they send people over as soon as they end, which is so sweet. They're so sweet. But anyway, and I love them. I really do. And I've got some good news for them. I am probably booking that celebration cruise today. And the reason I say that is because the person that keeps me from going on cruises is my husband. And my husband, when I sent him a message, isn't that bad? I sent him a message and I go, "Oh, by the way, I'm signing us up for the celebration cruise today." And you know what? He didn't say anything. He hasn't said anything, which means I probably will get to do it, child. So I'm pretty excited about that. Usually when he doesn't want to do something, he immediately says no. That's right. He didn't say no there either, but that situation, I think he would have gone on the World America cruise, but Thanksgiving week's going to be kind of dicey this year, so I don't think we're going to be able to catch that one. And I was so bummed because that sounds like a great cruise, but we'll get into that later too. But meanwhile, like I said, welcome to the Foodie Time Chat. Love that you guys are here, even though this is a working period of time. A lot of people work, so I know there's a lot of lurkers, and I love lurkers, not just because of watch time hours, like Cheryl was saying, but because you took the time out of your busy day, all of you, to come by and hang out with me. I appreciate you. But let's say hello to everybody. First person in the chat, Angie, whatever floats your boat. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. She said, Angie's my buddy. I was talking to Angie about what happened yesterday, and she was just like, girl. Her and Denise from Bone Tired Travelers, they're all like, girl, that's, if it wasn't for bad luck, as the country song, I think it's a country song says, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, y'all. Anyway, but I'm praying for better. I'm praying for a better month this month. This in Kentucky, which is where I am. It's thunder over Louisville time, which that sounds bad, especially since it's thundering as we speak. It's been storming, and it's going to storm until Saturday. I'm going to get up to 70 degrees here today, which is never good in the spring because that means cold air is coming in tomorrow, which is another storm. So, you know what I mean? You know how your weather goes where you live, right? We've got a new member into the chat. A new person. I shouldn't say member. I don't have member qualifications yet, y'all. But a new person that is has subbed to my channel. Love him. Can't stop walking, but love mowing and cruising. He's saying, "Hey, everyone in the room," and host new subscriber. I subscribe to him because that's what we do. Okay, we are a reciprocal type of group. And I turn on notifications. I got hundreds of notifications, yeah. But it's like a whew, when I go into my little thing and see what's going on. It's a lot of notifications, and I have a hard time figuring out who I didn't watch the last time. So I try to watch everybody. I really do, and I've got a few TVs, so it's not really that hard to do. It's just a matter of doing it. So thank you. What is your name? Tell us your name. I can't stop walking. Not that I can't say your channel name. I do tend to mess up channel names a lot, though. So I did look at one of I was also looking at Eddie's thing at the same time, and I was looking at you at the same time. I didn't get to see much, but I'm going to go back and check you out because Cheryl says that you are hilarious, and I believe that from what I saw. I saw part of the zip line thing. Pretty cool. But welcome to the chat. And Angie says, "So sorry about your dad's house." Well, the general contractor, this is why I look a mess today, y'all. I was standing out in the rain with the general contractor, an electric company that finally came. They didn't come last night like they were supposed to by 5 o'clock, but they finally came. And then also the not the HOH, the property manager guy. He's really funny, but he came and he was distraught. I thought I was distraught. That dude, all of that roof missing on mine and the next door neighbor, and that big old tree that my father used to always say was a curse. Dad, you were right. My dad used to say that old tree is going to fall down because the branches kept falling off and tearing off the power. You would think that a dead tree, as big as that was, somebody would have said, "Okay, we got to take this tree out. It's dangerous," right? I'm just glad nobody got hurt because if it had fallen on anybody, lights out. It would have been, that was done. Okay. Okay. I can't stop walking says, "Sorry to hear that. Thank you." Yes, but I'm okay. Out of all the things that have happened, that is not the worst thing that has happened. Okay. So I'm okay. Scotty J Travels showing his eyeballs. Hi, Scotty. Welcome to the chat, sweetie. Oh my gosh, dude. I know, right? But anyway, can't stop walking. Said, "My home has at least 5 house killer trees." Whoa. The guy that lives next door to the lady that also got her roof wiped out, he said, "Next house I get, no trees, no trees." Scotty said, "Whoop, whoop. Good morning. Good morning, Scotty." Angie says, "Hello to everybody." Everybody's saying TGIF. Hello. I like it, Scotty. And so what's your name? Can't stop walking. We got to know. We're very familiar. Okay. We try to remember everybody's name. I try to remember everybody's name. I mess up everybody's name, but that they know me. They know that I'm a senior. I have senior memory. In other words, it's more, what's that? FIFO, first in, first out. No, LIFO, last in, first out. That's what it is. LIFO. I have LIFO memory. Last in, first out. Brains work like computers. Okay. You can only hold so much memory, and that last bit of memory, sometimes it's gone. Okay. You can't remember what you did 10 minutes ago, but you can remember when you fell off of a sled back when you were 8, right? But you can't remember what you did like right before you came in the room. It's crazy. So everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Darren, nice to meet you, Darren. So that's Can't Stop Walking. Darren, we're probably going to call you Darren. And then welcome Danny D, the spectacular supporter. Hey, Danny. Hey. She said hello. I love Danny. Oh, I missed a few people. Look, it rolled. I'm sorry. I missed a few people. It rolled. The chat just keeps on moving, y'all. Oh, Travel Cake Trips. Hey, that's Kathy and Brian. Hello, Vicky, and everyone in the chat. Okay, Angie, Scotty, saying hello. Scott, it's foodie time. Scott, I was on the I was on the trivia last night, dude. I don't know anything about that man though. Don't you know it? And I did like him in Batman, but I like Keaton better. I'm like that too. I even like Christian Bale better. I like Christian too. Uh, but my favorite one is the one with the girl and Christian. Well, she ended up being Batgirl. I don't know, not Batgirl, but Catwoman. No, Bat. I don't know, but I like that one even better. So Batman is my thing. I do like Batman. I did grow up in that era. Okay, everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Whoop whoop. Hello, Darren saying I'm waiting to pick up my load. Oh yeah, that's right. You know, Cheryl was telling all your business. So you're picking up stuff right now. Cool, cool, cool. GLT raid. Woohoo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Floaty Bodie. Scott calls Angie Floaty Bodie. Danny D, hey, hey, Danny. Danny works hard. Danny, when you don't have Nightbot working for you, she's up there spreading the love, showing links. Go on, girl. Coming over from Go Live Together. Yes, thank you for the raid, y'all. Okay, hashtag grow by Angie showing how to show your link. Thank you, Angie. Scott saying, hey, Darren. Okay, everybody saying hello, 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 hello. And then Billy J Travels. Welcome to the chat, Billy. Captain Billy J. Captain, the other night on Defam Adventures Live, they said, now I don't want to start no gossip. They said that you are not the real captain. I'm just like, ooh, shots fired, y'all. Ahoy there, everybody. Ahoy there, Vicky. The real captain is here. Guess what? They said, no, you ain't. I'm just telling you. I don't want to start no gossip, but yeah, they said, no, he ain't the real captain. See, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. Travel Cake Trips, welcome. I already welcomed y'all, but I'm welcoming y'all again because I missed y'all the first time when it flipped. But anyway, eating eggs and fish instead of a sandwich. Hey, you know, only reason I eat sandwiches is because they're easy. You can make a sandwich like that, especially PB&J, right? But you will be happy to know my fish is between 2 slices of raisin bread. Wow. If you know, you know. Okay. Okay. Well, you know, I'm always for trying new stuff. I am a foodie. I will try most things. I've even had escargot. You know, I had bone marrow escargot. I've been trying everything these last couple of years. So, you know, I'm for it. If it's edible, I might try it. So, ahoy there, sausage eating Scottsdale Scott. Well, he's got all kinds of names for you, Scott. Ahoy there, maybe Danny D. TWP Popcorn, welcome to the chat. Hey, what's popping, dude? He also should show his link. You know, type hashtag grow Scotty, show your link, hashtag grow captain. I'm beginning to think you're following me. Billy is everywhere. Not as many places as Scott, but close. He gets around. Danny said, hey, Scott. Kathy, welcome to the chat. Kathy Mills, good morning. So sorry for the ongoing issues. I know. It is really messing up life, okay? I am trying my best to get ahead, girl. But you know what? All you can do is pray and keep moving, right? Keep it moving. It will get better. I have a friend, his favorite saying is, this too shall pass. He always says that to me, and I love that. You know, I said, I need that attitude. This too shall pass. So it will get better. And they say, this too shall pass. Hang in there. Okay, so that's your saying too. Okay, well, I'm going to start saying, Kathy told me that. Hello, hello, hello. You keep opening the door and rolling out the red carpet for me, Scotty. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, that was Captain Billy J Travels. Um, Everybody's saying hi. Darren is saying hi. And he typed hashtag grow. So there's his link. You guys connect with our new buddy here. He's probably not new to y'all, but I just started this chat, 4 weeks ago? But who's counting Scott, right? Scott goes, how long have you been on? He did a commercial about me and the nerd herd. I was so shocked. Scott, you're so funny. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you, Scott. Hello. I'll give you props. That's a good one. I'll give you props. LOL. Uh, Scott said Danny. And Scotty J typed out a hashtag girl. He's showing his link. Yeah, Scotty J is hilarious, y'all. I've been watching some of his videos. He is funny too. Crazy Scott, LOL. Okay, I'm Scottish. I have lots of Scott friends. Scotty, Scott, and Scott. I've got a few Scott friends, I'm also Scottish. I just joke about that, but I really am Scottish. That's the funny thing about that. Danny D, LOL. I was just guessing too, Vicky. I was there for the fun. I didn't even bother to guess, y'all, because the only thing I remembered was Batman and the Doors. And I didn't know what year, everything that said what year on it. I mean, who knows? I can't remember my kids' birthdays. Okay. So how am I going to remember what year he was on a movie? I don't know. Meanwhile, we get to make up for that. We can be on the match game tonight, right, Scott? We'll be on the match game guessing what other people say. That works. I'm going to try and do the match game. It's at 8 o'clock. Scott, I'm going to try to do the match game, but I'm a pickleballer, and we pickleball from 6:30 until like 9 o'clock. So usually about 8 o'clock, I am probably in the midst of smacking stuff. Smacking stuff. Y'all can quote that, smacking Vicky, because that's what I do. I can smack a wiffle ball. I may not be able to hit a baseball, but I'm pretty good at smacking a wiffle ball. So there you go. I end up apologizing to people for hitting them with the ball. I don't know how that happened, but it just happened. Danny D, LOL. I was just guessing. Oh yeah. Woo. Scott was a little tipsy last night. You and TJ. Oh my God. TJ had on glasses, so you really couldn't tell what was going on back there. But I'm going to tell you now, from this angle, it looked like you guys had been a little bit tipsy, just a little bit last night. Wow. But you had a good time. And I enjoy having a good time with y'all. So, you guys can get tipsy. I guess nobody can get hurt. Just feelings get hurt, right? Nobody gets run over. Everybody's feelings get hurt because sometimes y'all say stuff, but whatever. That's okay. That's okay. You can go on and drink. I won't lie to you. I had an Angry Orchard in front of me too. I'm like Denise. I like hard cider, so I usually have something sitting there myself when I'm watching these games and trying to guess what's going on. But I'm always wrong. So everybody's typing hashtag girl yeppers, Danny says, and LOL Vicky. Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. I can't play games very well. I'm glad I didn't go on television for Family Feud, because that's got to haunt you. When you say something really crazy on Family Feud, it shows up on YouTube for years and years and years. My husband loves watching that stuff. That's sports and maybe Family Feud is what he watches. So Captain Billy J. Travel says, what the fam Avenger said, I ain't a captain. I'm about to throw down. Okay. Escargot. Yuck. Tastes like chicken, girl. I had some on Royal, the little escargot thing with you dip it into the garlic sauce. The garlic sauce was good, but the escargot reminded me of eating something chewy. And I kept telling my husband, it tastes like chicken. Yeah, no. Darren says, Danny D, your link is not working. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh, Travel cake trips, but Vicky ain't one to gossip. I ain't one to gossip, y'all. So you didn't hear that from her. Thank you, Kathy. he said that. Ron said that. And I said, ooh, I'm gonna tell. But I ain't one to gossip. You didn't hear that from me. Danny said, that's odd. Can't stop walking. We want to know how your name came for your channel if you're in a truck. Can't stop walking. I'm curious. But anyway, Billy J, that's right, travel cake trips. Darren, that's funny. You guys are funny. Okay. Danny D says, oh, Angie posted Can't Stop Walking's link. And Danny D says, Angie, can you drop my link so Can't Stop Walking can find me? Thank you. I appreciate you, Angie. You're awesome. She got a wrench and she gonna use it. But anyway, thank you, dear. She did. She did. Yay. Everybody's getting connected. Everybody. Uh-oh. It floated up, y'all. Floaty boaty. My conversation is floating. Can't wait for that. I'm getting excited. Are you talking about the match game? Because yeah, I can do the match game. I don't match anybody except maybe Chris, which is odd because Chris is the one that likes to flash his tatas. I mean tatas too, y'all. They got the little. He puts the little thing that. I said, "What's wrong with him?" He's Liz. Liz is good. I'm gonna tell you, Liz. Her expressions. She doesn't say anything. She just gives these looks like, I don't know who he is. I'm just sitting next to him. I couldn't stay away for trivia last night. Angie said, Angie, I was doing good up until I got like almost near the bottom of that Angry Orchard, and then it was over. I did notice that they were kind of tipsy too. We should have called it Tipsy Thursday because that's what it turned into. She couldn't stay. Oh, smacking stuff. Yes. Hashtag smacking pickles. Snack and whack. Smacking Vicky. Danny D, spectacular supporter, says prayers for Denise. She said in See Me Live she wasn't feeling good. Denise, I hope you feel better. You know, that's the thing about being a nurse. It's easy to get sick. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the main reason I didn't become a nurse. I started to do it. The other thing is blood does not. It does no. I just can't do it too much. But yeah, I started to do it when I was in the military. My plan was to go to college and get my nursing degree. I realized at some point that, I may not be the right person for this because I get sick all the time. And I ended up working in a hospital anyway, by the way. There you go. Scotty J. Travel says, Captain, always be smacking something. I'm not going to touch that. You got to watch this crew. They have a tendency to say stuff that we'll just call risque, and we'll just leave it there. Okay, Danny D, the spectacular sporter. Yeah, she's laughing. She's laughing like me and Scotty, smacking, whacking, and snacking. Lord, Scott said, tassels. Yes, tassels. Somebody who can swing them probably do that. I've never seen that in person, by the way, but Chris is the closest I've ever seen to it. But there you go. Am I lying, Scott? Does he not wear tassels sometimes? Tell me if I'm lying. Danny D says, I got my channel name from one of my little brother's mom's friends, and she called me Danny, so it stuck. And then I don't know about the D, and I put spectral supporter. Oh, a spectacular supporter because I support a lot of channels and communities. You do. We appreciate you. You are awesome. Nightbot is telling you guys to be sure and join my Facebook group. That's the link. Also, be sure to hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, LOL. That is funny. We get our channel names from funny stuff, and sometimes I ask people why. If they've got an unusual name, how did that start? Because some of the channels are older, and the stuff that they started with is not the stuff that they're doing. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you see somebody's channel and it's about cruising, but it started off, it may be about boating or camping or anything, and they have a different name. It doesn't really connotate what they're doing. So there you go. But thanks. And then Nightbot is also telling me to do my job. My job in this community is to tell you guys the group cruises. And fortunately, I've got that right in front of me. Okay, so we're going to go through this really fast. But know this, our group likes to cruise together. So, and I'm going to be on at least one of these cruises. Probably, I'm going to try to hit one each year. We'll see what happens. This year is turning out to be, I'll be lucky if I get to go on a cruise at all, y'all, but don't feel sorry for me. I'll make up for it, okay? I will make up for it one day. 2025 CNS Travels, Vista by Carnival out of Port Canaveral. Non-group, September 20th through the 28th. CNS Travels is one of my favorite channels, and that is their group. Jeremy and Cheryl of Go Live Together have one on November 9th. And oddly enough, I might be able to go on that one, Cheryl, November 9th, because I'm not going to be able to go on the World America one. So there you go. But 2025 non-group on MSC Seascape from Galveston, Texas. They're in Galveston, so that works, right? They don't have to fly. I love that idea. It's scary flying, y'all. Did you see the people that crawled out on that wing yesterday? They had to get off of that regional plane. There's just so much stuff going. I'm not brave enough to get on a plane right now. That's just sad. Okay. Now, speaking of the World America, Ryan of PK Adventure Travels, Gobble and Go cruise, November 22nd to the 29th of 2025, is MSC World America, a very big ship by MSC. And have you guys seen that ship? When you get a chance, go to Ryan's. I don't know. Ryan said he's going to be doing a tour in May, a pre-tour of the ship. But he's keeping up with that. So if you're not friends with PK Adventure Travels, you need to do that. It's a Thanksgiving cruise, which means you don't have to cook, which is why I wanted to go on it. I mean, the cruise ship is awesome and all, but imagine not having to cook on Thanksgiving and being on a cruise. That's like the best, okay? Anyway, Rob of Cruising on the High Seas is having the Booze Cruise 3.0, which means it's the third one, October 25th through November 1st out of Tampa on the Grandeur of the Seas by Royal Caribbean. Helping Hands for Cruising, Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, NCL Encore. It's a big one, y'all. A lot of people going on this. November 29th to December 6th out of Miami. Scotty J Travels, my buddy Scotty in here. He's got 2 group cruises in this list, but the first one is on the Jubilee by Carnival out of Galveston. Scotty, are you in Galveston? I should have asked that question last time we talked about this. It's an open group from October 18th to the 25th of this year. And the Jubilee is a pretty awesome ship, so that's going to be cool. October 18th. 2026, Eddie Lugo Studios has the Booze Cruise 4.0 starting on Halloween, October 31st of 2026, NCL Viva out of Galveston, Texas, and you'll have to see Eddie about that group, okay? Scotty J Travels' second group, Carnival Magic, out of Miami on March 15th of 2026. And Scotty, I forgot to ask you, is that a 7-night cruise? Because I don't have the dates completely on here. I'm going to put 7 nights, question mark. Okay, and then ABC Cruise by Bruce of Ocean to Ocean, April 11th, 2026. And you will hear Chet talking about this on a daily. He's doing the countdown already. Chet is excited, okay. April 11th of 2026 on the Carnival Horizon out of Miami, going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Curacao, yes. Life with Tanisha RN has a cruise on the Star, a group cruise on the Star of the Seas, October 25th of 2026. That's by Royal Caribbean. It's going to be the biggest ship. Woohoo! If you've been on the Icon, then you're probably going to go on the Star just because the Icon was so awesome. And the Star is out of Port Canaveral. So that's going to be exciting. Brand new ship. Eddie Lugo also is having a group cruise on June 1st, his 20th anniversary with Alice Lugo out of Miami on the MSC Seaside. So that's June 1st. Now, I'm also mentioning the Helen meetup that year on 2026 is March 6th through the 8th. The creators get together in Helen, Georgia. They did this year, and they're going to do it next year, and then they're going to do it the next year, and the next year, and the next year, according to Darian, the other Darian. Magnificent Journey with Darian. March 6th through 8th of 2026. Now, this last cruise in 2027, let's talk about this, y'all. Okay, it's on the Celebration. It's so far it's got Scott, CCA, the Carnival Cruise Addicts, Jeremy and Cheryl, and there's probably some other people I just don't know. Scott, if you're listening, let me know if anybody else is on this cruise. I am looking at this cruise. Scott, I need some help. Jeremy, I need some help. I have not booked a Carnival cruise in ever. And I'm talking the last Carnival cruise I was on was like 2010. Something like that. That's how long ago it's been. So I'm not familiar with the new ships, and I should be because I'm a TA. But you know what? Nobody ever calls me for Carnival cruises. They always call me for Royal because that's what I usually am on. So there you go. But I'm looking at a balcony on the 10th deck. So tell me something. The 10th deck, what is it like? Is this a good deck? Look, I don't want to get on this ship and find out the 10th deck is like, below water. No, I'm just kidding. But I want to find out if it's a good deck. And I haven't had a chance. I mean, my wife is, have mercy on me. Somebody find out what the 10th deck looks like so I can go in and book this cruise. But some of you have been on the Celebration before. And if you have, I would really appreciate some info if you got some time. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm thinking of booking this probably this week, Cheryl keeps saying that I'm booking Eddie's cruise, but honestly, that cruise, the June 1st cruise on 2026 is that's also my anniversary. So I always try to give my husband a chance to do something. He might want to do a trip. So I don't know if I'll be going on that trip or not. Our anniversary is a few days later. And ours is 29, 28, no, 20. Don't make me lie, okay? It's somewhere around there. We're getting close to the 30th anniversary. Let me find out it's the 30th anniversary. But Scott, yeah, if you could tell me about the Celebration, is the 10th deck a good deck for me to book a balcony on? Just let me know. And I will go on and book it, okay? Yeah. So Nightbot said, please like, subscribe, and share this chat. I appreciate that, Nightbot. And Scotty J. Trouble says, I'm in Arkansas. That's right. You told me that. Duh. I remember now. We had a whole discussion. And look, I already forgot it. That's what I'm telling you. Senior memory is last in, first out. I poured out of Mobile, NOLA, and Galveston. 6 hours to each. Really? Oh, that's pretty close. I wish I was close to. I need to get close to a port, y'all. Magic is Amber Cove, Celebration Key, and Grand Turk 6 night. That sounds pretty good. Actually, that's very similar to what Scott's one is about for the celebration. I think, Scott, I looked it up last night. Dude, I think y'all are stuck with me now. Look, I looked at it. I've never been to Amber Cove. I've never been, of course, to Celebration Key. And I can't remember what the other stuff was, but looked like none of it I've ever been to before. So getting on a new ship, going to new ports, I'm pretty excited, okay? And I'm going to try my best to book this. They have a special going on, y'all. It's an April special. I don't know if Jeremy talked about this. Shoot, I missed half of the freaking Go Live Together chat because I kept getting phone calls from the general contractor, LG&E, and the guy who's pulling the tree out of there or cutting it up or whatever they're going to do. But I missed, I had asked Jeremy a question about how to do a giveaway because I want to do a giveaway. Do I have to have StreamYard? I don't even know what he said because I was on the phone. I'll have to go back and find that out. But Scott, I'm looking into it really hard. I mean, I think I'm going to be booking it this week. Unless Mr. Soto says no, we should be going on this cruise. Perfect. So April, you guys, as I was saying, I got totally distracted by myself. April. April is a sale month, okay, for this cruise. It's February 14th, 2027 out of Miami. It's a non-group cruise, so anybody can book it for you. You can book it yourself. So Valentine's Day, at some point it's going to start getting really expensive and also probably a lot of unavailability because it's Valentine's Day, but it's in 2027. So this is the perfect time. The April special does not mention how much the deposit is. So maybe, I'm guessing, because I don't really know, maybe the deposit isn't due immediately. I'll find out probably this week. But I'm thinking April 30th is the last day of the April special. So, you want to book that now, Hey, how's that for a commercial, Scott? As Scott says, anyone ever come to Arizona, let me know. Are you being funny, Scott? No, honestly, I have been to Arizona. It's just not some place that I go to very much, okay? Scotty J. Trella says, Arizona. I lived in Phoenix when I was a wee thing. Wow, okay. You've been around, Scotty. Phoenix. Hot. It's all very hot. Well, Scott, tell me, when does the temperature start to go up? And maybe I can get there before. I can't handle that kind of heat, man. But anyone ever come to Arizona, you are really funny. I was telling everybody about your match game tonight, dude. Match game at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'm assuming, I know it isn't Arizona time, but 8 o'clock Eastern time. Nightbot says, join the Facebook group. Also remember to hit the thumbs up button, yay, before you leave. And Scotty says, shh, don't tell everybody. Oh, believe me, we already know. You just told us. So if you get around, that's okay. We are a traveling group. So I'm telling you, people in this group, they don't play. They're continuously talking about when they're leaving. It breaks my heart because I'm not going on a cruise anytime soon, y'all. And I mean anytime soon. It's going to take a while for me to get everything, especially now. I had plans to sell my dad's home because there's nobody to live there and I don't want to rent it out. So I had plans to sell the house, and now the house needs to be repaired. That's what I'm saying. God's plans, your plans, okay? So anyway, I'm okay with it. I was listening to Go Live Together today, and they were talking about when Jeremy does the history of the day. He starts talking about what happens on this day. And that's my favorite part too. I mean, I also like when Eddie does the news because it's good to know the cruise news. But I do like the History Day part too, and I like when Tanisha talks about what today is. Also, when she tells, this day such and such happened. It's national, you know, whatever day. It's good to. I never hear that stuff anywhere else. I don't know about y'all. I don't get a chance to listen to cruise news. I don't think I'm subscribed to anything besides one cruise news channel. And because I watch y'all so much, I never see his news either. I'm always watching everybody in our community stuff. And there's only like two people that do cruise news in our community that I know of. Do you guys know of anybody in the community that does news on a regular basis besides Eddie and is it Mike? Somebody else does cruise news too. I can't remember who it is. But I'm curious, Billy J. I'm about to start some mess here. What is going on between you and Ron? Oh, Denise is here. She can vie for what was said. She was there when Defam Adventure said Captain Billy is not the real captain. I'm sorry. Who did he say was the real captain? Now, I'm not one to gossip. You ain't heard this from me, but they said you are not the real captain, dude. Anyway, Denise, Bone Tired Travelers, welcome to the chat. I hear you're not feeling well, sweetie. I hope you feel better. I know that you never really appreciate your health until you're sick. And then by then, it's too late to appreciate that you've been healthy for most of the year. And then all of a sudden, you don't feel good. I hope you feel better. Scotty says, I'm a TA as well. So I feel you about watching everyone coming and going. That's the only bad thing, when you're doing other people's travel, you're happy for them. I mean, I get so excited. I recently did this group of people going on Utopia of the Seas. I got so much FOMO. But Scotty says, I'm like, don't forget about me. I know. And, they were telling me, and I always try to get this out of people when they come back, especially groups. This was a group of girls and they had a blast. But, they were totally worn out because, it's on their 4 nights and it's party for them. And I'm like, what happened? Well, what happened then? I'm stalking their Instagram looking to see what happened. But yeah, I get really caught up in other people's trips. So I watch you guys' videos and I start daydreaming. I can spend all day watching cruise videos, y'all. It is really crazy. I can do it all day long. But anyways, everybody's saying hello to Denise. Just woke up, took a power nap. You go, girl. Those power naps are awesome. They really help. Okay. I'm glad that you got a chance to get some sleep in. Rest is important when you're sick. Gives your body a chance to recover, as you know, since you're a nurse. Danny D. Denise, hope you're feeling better. Feel better after a nap. That's good. I needed that. I didn't sleep good yesterday. The storms rolled through here like crazy last night. Even my dog was whining. I was like, the dog is like, oh my God, what's going on outside? He's only a puppy. He's only like 16 weeks old. So he was stressed out. We were stressed out. Well, I was stressed out. Jorge can sleep through an earthquake. He is nothing bothers him when he sleeps. Although when that tornado came through on Wednesday, oh my gosh. It was the first time ever that I saw him get up out of the bed and go downstairs because he said, and it was funny because y'all, this is what happened. The sirens went off, of course, which is a good thing because a tornado was coming. The sirens go off. And I said to Jorge, as I was leaving the bedroom, I'm going downstairs and I'm taking the dog. Look, you can come if you want to, because he won't go downstairs normally. And I closed the door. It was kind of funny. And I said, I'm going downstairs. I really mean it. I don't want you to blow away, but I'm not staying here and trying to get you to get up. And I thought to myself, well, in a minute, he'll hear it coming and he'll run downstairs, right? You guys. So I take the dog and we're downstairs. I have a little dressing room area downstairs, in our basement. And I go in there because there's a rocking chair in there. I know probably a rocking chair is not safe for a tornado. I can see me now flipping the rocking chair over me, hiding under there trying to duck stuff. But it's the inside interior room of the basement. Okay. The outside is a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, he's got all of his stereo stuff, whatever, down at one end, all his TV stuff, and then on the other side is a bar and all this other stuff. But there's a laundry room and another interior room and a pantry back there. So I don't go in the pantry because I have this vision of cans going every which direction and knocking me out. In the dressing room, I'm pretty safe. All that can knock me out is a dress, right? So we go in there, and me and the dog, I'm holding this big old poodle because even though she's only 16 weeks, she's huge. So legs everywhere, and I'm sitting in the chair and I'm rocking because I'm stressed because I get stressed over storms. And I hear somebody coming down the stairs, and I'm like, uh-oh, the tornado's coming because he's coming downstairs. I'm telling y'all, nothing gets him out of bed. He said he got up and he looked out the window, and he said it was like a movie. He says, I swear to you, Vicki, it was like all you could see was water and white. And he says, all I could think was, oh, I'm going to die. He ran down the stairs. I was laughing. I said, man, I've never seen that man run down the stairs because of a storm. I'm the one who does that. I'm the one who freaks out and goes downstairs. I don't know how you guys handle it, but that's me. And sure enough, it went through pretty fast. It didn't land anywhere near us. It landed between Middletown and J-Town. I think J-Town is the city that we're in Louisville, Kentucky. It's not a little city, actually. J-Town's the biggest part of Louisville, honestly. But it hit Dad's, area. And then it skipped right over us. We didn't even get branches. Only branches of stuff was flying around. And, I don't sleep. As soon as they start saying, watch TV, whatever, for the warnings and watches, I'm up watching TV and warnings. I had on the TV, which probably isn't good. I had on two phones, not my phone and Dad's phone. I had Dad's phone on and forgot it was in the office. I had my phone in my hand and the dog. So this is what's been going on. Ask Angie. For the last 3 days, it's been storming here. I mean, not as bad as that night. Obviously, we haven't had any high winds or tornadoes since then, but it's been storming, like thundering and lightning and raining and flood watches all over Kentucky. So, most of the time we have pretty decent weather, but this week is bad. It's not good at all. So I understand about sleeping good. I haven't slept since the storm started going through. I keep imagining all kinds of terrible stuff, and I can't sleep. Angie said, I didn't sleep well last night. Denise, my dog barked every time there was a thunder. Angie knows. She's right across the river. It was bad, and the thunder was really strong. I don't know about you guys, but when we get a storm, which is not that often, we don't normally get thunder. But when we get thunder and lightning, usually it hits something. And you'll hear it all the way around the city. It's crazy. So there you go. Denise says, there was a vote in Helen Billy J. Billy. Okay, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. Like I said, I'm not one to gossip. You ain't heard this from me. Oh my gosh. So there was a vote. How did y'all end up voting who the real captain was? I'm just curious now, but that's bad. Oh, poor baby. Okay. See, he was the first captain I know, except for Scott. What is it? Captain Controversial? I didn't know about him. But it seems there was a Captain Sherry. Okay. Danny's laughing, but Denise says, so Captain Sherry is the real captain. Sherry who? Who's Sherry? Okay, I'm not going to gossip, but who's Sherry? Kathy Mills. okay. I could watch cruising travel videos all day long too, but that four-letter word gets in the way. I know, right? Work. Yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, Kathy, I know you love to cruise, so you totally get me. During the pandemic, it was nonstop. I was so ready to leave. I didn't care if I got on the cheapest little cruise ship out there, and you know what I'm talking about. I was ready to go. I was like, okay, I need to get out of here quick. Um, wow. So Sherry is the real captain. And I don't even know who Sherry is. Tell me who Sherry is. Is that a channel or is it just somebody that was at the Helen meetup? So, you guys, I'm going to tell you, if you're not familiar with the story, a whole bunch of creators went to Helen, Georgia for a meetup. Okay. Billy J was there. Obviously, Sherry was there. And they obviously had a vote. But I'm going to tell you, you got to watch that if you get a chance. Go to the Fam Adventures or Denise's Bone Tired Travelers channel and watch the live about Helen, Georgia, because I cracked up. I found out some funny stuff about that meetup. But anyway, so sorry, Billy J. Denise says Dwayne sleeps like a rock. I believe that. Now that I have seen Dwayne a few times, he is funny, by the way. He is hilarious. But yeah, I believe he can sleep like a rock because he is very quietly funny. He seems like he has like a dry sense, but he's funny. Scotty J, may I ask where in Arkansas? Shoot, I know what AR stands for. I don't want to look. I don't want to mix that up with AZ. Have y'all talking about me? And then Bone Tired Traveler says, I'm in Mississippi. Yeah, y'all are not that far apart, are you? Okay. Danny D says, I wish I can sleep through thunderstorms. I can't. Nobody can. Yeah, right. Dwayne can, Jorge can. Probably everybody on this place could sleep through it besides us. Scotty J says he's in Pine Bluff. I know where Pine Bluff is. You know, I was in Arkansas for years, but I told you that story. But I've been to Pine Bluff before. Bone Tired Traveler says, gotcha. Used to go to Springdale several times a year for corporate meetings. Yeah. So I'm familiar with Arkansas. So Danny is laughing. Angie said, my husband sleeps through anything. See, what is that about? I think I have a theory that if your wife is the person watching all of the warnings, we are like the designated storm chasers. Designated storm chasers. We're the ones making sure that they don't blow away, right? So they sleep like babies. We're the ones stressing, not sleeping, looking at the freaking TV all the time, trying to figure out, is that our county? And which one is a warning? Which one is a watch? And why am I watching this, right? That's what it is, guys. The reason why our husbands sleep so hard is because we are designated storm watchers. They think that since we're keeping track, they can go to sleep. Okay. I just realized that. Look out, dude. But yeah, he sprung out of bed. It was hilarious. Denise says, easy to sleep through storms. You sleep through storms, you good girl. Denise says, when your bedroom is downstairs, LOL. Yeah, that'll work. Scotty J. Travel says, Springdale, Fayetteville area is some of my favorite areas. Okay. Now I'm curious about why, but you know, everybody has the reason. Now, usually when I pick out a place, I bet you can't guess why I like that area from the name of my channel. But yeah, I did a lot of good eating when I was in Arkansas, by the way. I think I actually gained weight. And during that period of time, I was skinny. So that's just weird. Bone Tired Travelers, pretty piece of Arizona, Arkansas. Yeah. Okay. I haven't had much sleep either. Just so you know. Danny D says, my little brother can sleep through anything. It must be a guy thing, okay? Scotty J Travel says, my sleep is wonky as I'm in EMS here. Yeah, that would do it. Thunderstorms knock me out. That's interesting. Now, ships, can you sleep on a ship when it's doing this? Because that knocks me out. And the funny thing, y'all, is I can be in the bar. The ship starts doing this, a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of this, and I'm ready to just go to sleep. And it doesn't matter how early it is in the evening. I have been known to sleep through storms on ships. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, it just rocks you. I think my mother must have rocked me as a kid or something. Um, is anybody else like that? Do you sleep or do you get sick on a ship? I'm gonna do that poll. Do you sleep? Do you get sick when the ship is tossing? Which way do you go? Are you the person that's going, it's not the ship, it's me. I'm just a little bit tipsy. Are you that person? uh, okay. Destination fun. Okay, it's Sherry. I'm writing that down, y'all. I got a cheat sheet over here. I'm writing that down. Destination fun. I do know them. I do have them on my subscribe list, but Sherry is in Destination Fun. Okay. Billy J. Anyway. Hey, Camille at Pitt's Life is here. Hello, friend. Hey, girl. I love her. Yesterday she had on this bubbling brook during her live, and that thing, oh my gosh, I was so tired anyway. And then watching that after having that angry orchard, I was just like, I was leaning, y'all. Hello, chat. Camille, please type hashtag grow. We have some new people in the chat you may not have met. Okay, and welcome back, sweetie. Okay, I just went right straight. It passed everything. Wow, I missed a lot, didn't I? Oh, Captain Billy J says Sherry is insignificant. Okay, I'm not one to gossip. You ain't heard this from me, but I think you may be outvoted, dude. Angie says, hello, Pitts Life. Oh, wow. Billy says, I have a hashtag moist sense of humor. Well, that's because you're a captain, right? Denise says, Scott is working and lurking, I think. And I love Scott because he's always lurking, but yeah, I'm the storm chaser in the family, Denise says. Yeah, we all have that designated storm chaser thing, right? Yeah, everybody calling you, asking you, are we expecting bad weather? I mean, they're not paying attention to the weather. Camille says, I'm sleeping through it all unless the house is shaking or you hear that train sound. Danny D, Denise, glad you're feeling better. Denise, we're the designated worriers. I do a lot of worrying, and lately it's not good, y'all. I have to take some Sam E. Let me turn that. Sam E. I'm doing a commercial. This Meyer Sam E. is supposed to be good for moods, but you can only take one if you haven't eaten in 30 minutes or something like that. And y'all, you know me. It's really hard for me to figure out when I got to take this thing, okay? But I will take one as soon as I get off the chat, okay? That way, I think I have to just wait 30 minutes before I eat again. I think I can do that. I think I can. I think I can. Anyway, Daddy D says, glad you're feeling better. We're designated warriors. Kathy of Travel Cake Trip says, that's a great t-shirt, Vicky. See, this is my pickleball t-shirt. I'm playing tonight, y'all. We have a tournament. Jorge and I are in a tournament on April 12th. we have a hard time playing together because he's one of those people. He coaches, he likes to coach the quest and stuff like that. And he coaches me, and I can't hear real good anyway. And when you're inside of a big gym or something, it echoes, or I don't know what, it goes out in the sky somewhere up in the rafters. I don't know, but I can't hear what he's saying. And he's telling me to do this and do that. And I'm just smiling like, sure. So then he'll go, I told you to be sure to go up. And I was like, I didn't hear you, dude. So it's a thing when you're trying to play pickleball with a partner. You kind of have a rhythm. You know, one of you is covering this area, one of you is covering that way, and if you go that way, that person, yeah, it's just a mess. That's a great t-shirt, Vicky. I watch out for tornadoes to keep my husband from flying away. I know, right? We have to protect them. Unfortunately, somebody has to protect them because they're going to sleep through it. Scotty J Travels. All right, y'all. I've got to get the weekend shopping done. Have a fabulous day. Hearts, baby. Whoop, whoop. Get that shopping on, Scotty. Anyway, Danny D says, I used to wake him for high school. Thank gosh those days are over. Yes, really. You know, waking up anybody to go to school, forget about it. I have to tell you. Be sure to hit the like. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Angie says, I sleep like a baby on the ship. Literally, like a baby, like somebody's just like rocking you, okay? Scott, okay, got to go to work, y'all. I thought you were at work, Scott. Y'all. See y'all later for match. We'll be there at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. It is after 11 o'clock, y'all. We're just talking away. Bye, Scott. Denise says, I sleep. It's good. Sleep is good. I love sleep. I sleep all day. I just love it. Okay. There we go. I sleep. Join the Facebook group, Danny D. See you later, Scott. And I got your package. She's got your packet. Okay. Oh, yeah. And it tells you to please connect to my Foodie's Food channel. I keep forgetting to talk about that channel. One of these days, I will do a live at that channel. We'll see how that goes. Angie says, haha, Vicky, I'm not one to gossip. LOL. I know, I'm not one to gossip, really, but Captain Billy J says that vote was rigged. Hashtag rigged in Helen. Oh, Angie, what is Sam E? It's a really long name. But it's supposed to help you with your mood, okay? When you're anxious, which I do have that problem right now between the storms and the tree and everything else. But yeah, it's supposed to help. You know, on here somewhere, it should tell you what SAM stands for. It's a long name. Androcithanol. They call it SAMe. And it's expensive too. This is like a $26 bottle. And there's only like 30 caps in there. It's expensive, but the hardest part is remembering to take it. So at the right interval. Danny, you have a package coming from me, says Denise. Okay. Wow. Danny D, the spectacular supporter. Yes, it came today, Denise. I'll do an unboxing when I get home, going to the mail soon. Okay, y'all. Well, everybody's saying hello. Keisha H, hi there. Welcome to the chat. We're getting ready to go, though, girl. We've been chatting it up. It's already 11:09. We're hanging over into the after 11 time. So we've been just chatting it up today. But Angie said that's what antidepressants are for. Yeah, I think it's a supplemental antidepressant. Okay, it's a supplement, but it's supposed to help you with your mood. If I would remember to take it at the right time, I probably could tell you if it works. Anyway, we'll see. I'm going to take it now. Okay, I'm going to take one out of the bottle. This is what it looks like. One cap. one cap. I can't aim worth a darn in this thing, but it's one cap, and I'm going to take this right now. Then I got to wait, I think, 30 minutes before I eat. You're supposed to take it on an empty stomach. That's really hard for me, y'all. Just so you know. But I think you probably already knew that. So, hi, Keisha, and Pitt's Life. She's giving hearts. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I'm going to go take my tablet. I got to call the general contractor. No, I've got to call the insurance company. I don't know. I got to call somebody when I get off of here. Get this started. It's really dreary outside, isn't it, Angie? It's really dreary. It looks bad. My dog has been laying down this whole time. He is just knocked out. He can sleep. He takes after his master. Not me, the other one. He can sleep. Mm. Angie said it's nasty out and our backyard is flooded. Oh, girl. Mm. How much longer is it supposed to rain? I'm beginning to feel like we should be getting on an ark or something, right? I mean, it's been raining and raining and raining. Danny says, "Oh no, what about the chickens? I guess they're up in the air, right? I assume that's what chicken coops look like. The ducks love it. Yeah, the ducks are out, and the geese they're having a ball, but we don't much care for it. Yeah. So you guys, I'm going. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Um, Hopefully the weather will be dry. Grab a boat if it becomes no ark. I know. Grab a boat. I don't have a boat. I don't even know where a boat is. I mean, the closest boat is the river, and they got bigger problems. They had to put up those floodgate things yesterday, so they're expecting a flood down there. And my husband works downtown. I always ask him. I said, "Did they put up the floodgates yet?" And he goes, "I don't know." I'm like, "You drive right by it every day." Saturday, it's supposed to stop Saturday. I hope so, yeah, because it's really depressing, and I hate seeing people getting flooded out. You know. Anyway, have a great weekend, y'all. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Denise. It's the weekend. See, this is bad. I didn't even remember it's Wednesday. I mean Friday. Okay. Don't forget about match game tonight, y'all. See you in match game at 8 o'clock tonight. Hopefully, if I remember while I'm playing, I might be playing, but I'll be on there eventually because I don't. I usually don't play after 8:30. Angie says I think we're supposed to have storms. Danny says you too, Denise. Have a great weekend. Danny said LOL. Angie says have a great day. Have a great weekend, Angie, and I'm praying that your water stops now. You may have to take out some of those little bag things or whatever. I don't know, but yes. I haven't looked outside, girl. I don't even want to look outside. I was out earlier, like I said, standing in the rain with all them people. I said, you guys obviously don't know that my hair is not permanent press. They were standing out there talking. It's raining. Anyway. Have a great weekend. Everyone have a safe weekend. Yes, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. I'll see y'all on Monday. Talk to you later. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up, y'all. Bye.